Hi, now is a question time. So please everyone, take out your phone and type in CKS Memorial Hall. So the question is, how can I explain CKS Memorial Hall to my client? And this is the guiding skill I'm going to share with you right now. If you look at the picture, the CKS Memorial Hall is a fantastic building. It has blue rooftop, marble stone, and stairs all the way up. So if you're going to tell your client what CKS Memorial Hall is, it's kind of hard. So one of the skill is you try to connect this image with something they already know. And here is an example. So everyone, if you see it as the stairs, you can start imagine, oh, this is like the Maya pyramid. And if you look at the rooftop, it's like the God temple in Beijing. And this is something that some of you might also have some of the picture in your head already. And the other thing is the white marble. This is the soul of Chiang Kai-shek Memorial because the white marble, they actually have the idea from India, the Taj Mahal. So Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall is a building that combines different ideas of construction. They have the Maya pyramid style, the stairs. They have the white marble like Taj Mahal. And they also have a very beautiful blue rooftop like the temple in Beijing. So this guiding skill is to lead your audience to compare your explanation item with something they already knew. And by doing so, you can make them easier to understand what they are looking at. So next time, when you are doing the tour and you don't know how you can elaborate the place for them, you can try this. Try to connect some of the places your client familiar with, and this time remember about their nationality, where they're from. Maybe they're from US. So try to remind them as, oh, this is something in Washington State. They have a similar place. Oh, there's something that in New York. Maybe you'll also see it. Try to compare and then connect them with the thing they already knew, and then bring that to your tour, and that can help you explain better. So everyone, now please take out your smartphone again, and I would like you to Google Salmon Lake. So now you see a big lake in your phone, and I'm going to share the other guiding skill that can help you to introduce this place for your audience. And this skill is to bring up some of the scientific ideas like how big is this lake? How deep is this lake? And also, where as the sun go up, which direction it will be? North, south, east, west? And also, why is this place so famous? And for Salmon Lake, this is actually some of the data you can find in different textbooks, like what is the old name is about, the wide range you can find on Wikipedia. Just try to do this and then try to make a little bit practice for you and your friend. Okay, now just take out your smartphone again, and now Google Longshan Temple. You see a big temple, and now I'm going to share some of the guiding skill for the temple. Actually, for the temple, you will need to walk your audience through the whole place. So as a guide, you should tell your audience about when this temple is built, and also where is the most important masterpiece of this place. For example, in the Longshan temple, if you see in your phone, there is a big main gate. In the main gate, there is a bronze dragon. That dragon is the masterpiece. It's made by a famous craftsman, and the detail is just amazing. So when you're in a temple, people will be dazzling about, oh, all the things is different colors, and then there are so many information they're receiving. But try to point out some of the most important item in that area, and then share that with them only, because as a guide, every destination is limited of time. You couldn't really spend the whole day in Longshan Temple. The maximum maybe an hour, and you have to let them walk around as well. So please write down some of the note is make some key point about a very interesting place. And in that way, as a temple, point out some of the interesting character you know very well yourself, and then try to explain that to your client. And that can really help them make some understanding, because they're actually a scientist experiment, and the thing they know from the experiment is that the audience can really pay attention to you about 5 to 10 minutes. The people couldn't really pay attention that long. So make a good point is really important. And in the temple, this is a place it's really required this type of guiding skill, because it is just a dazzling place. There's so many things happening around here. So you couldn't really tell them all in the details. And the other thing about the temple is when you're walking through the temple, please do make sure the different procedure. Give your audience their timeline. For example, tell them, okay, step one, we're going to light up the incense. Step two, hold your incense in front of your chest. Step three, make some bow to the goddess, and later place that incense in the incense pot. This is the procedure, and you as a guide should elaborate that and then share it with your client, so they will understand when they are visiting the temple what they should do, like step one, step two, step three. This is type of like one of the guiding skill as well. Next, I want to take out your phone again and now Google beef noodle soup. I'm going to share with you some of the guiding skill about explaining a beef noodle soup. So if you have a picture, any picture will be fine. You'll see, okay, this is the bowl of a noodle with boiled noodle inside, sliced beef on top, and a very nice brewed soup. So when you try to explain food to your customers or your client, please make sure explain what is inside, because as a nationality, some country might not eat beef, some country might not want to eat pork. So do tell them what it is, because some of the local food they don't really they cannot really see it out from outside. They have to eat it or from local people will know. So as a beef noodle soup would contain beef, noodle, some of the vegetables, and a nice brewed Chinese herbal medicine soup. It's all combined together inside. So just try to tell them your own personal experience about this beef noodle soup as a guiding skill. But I want to share another guiding skill to explain beef noodle soup to your client. That is places with the history. The reason why Taipei City have so many beef noodle soup is because there is a great um, immigration in 1949. And that immigration is led by a general called Chiang Kai-shek. He brought in 1.5 million soldiers with him. But at that time, the island Taiwan don't have that much place for so many troops. So many of them have to leave the base. And after they leave the base, they don't know what to do. And then they found out, oh, maybe I can open a restaurant. So many of the soldiers start to have a beef noodle restaurant. And why is beef noodle? Because most of the soldiers from the Chiang Kai-shek troop is from the northern part of China. In the northern part of China, they love noodle more than rice. So it's not beef noodle rice, it's beef noodle soup. It's not beef rice soup, it's beef noodle soup. So the reason why there are so many beef noodle soup restaurants is because of the historic background. So if you can share some of the history with your client about beef noodle soup, they will feel like, oh, this is more interesting. When I'm trying to enjoy my noodle, I'm not just tasting it, but also taste of some of the cultural perspective or history perspective. It's like I can start to imagine the whole group of people eating noodles and they have different variety of noodles. So it's because of that history background. So this is also a very important way of guiding skill. And next, I want you to look up the Toroko Gorge. Here are some of the most unique rock in the whole world. And for this, you can tell them the amazing facts. The amazing fact is also one of the guiding skill because that is a way to cause attention. You can try to say, in the whole world, this is the only place to see this type of rock. This is the only place to see this gorge. And so by combining all those amazing facts that you know in your mind, try to caught your audience attention. Because some people, when they join the tour, they don't care. I just like having fun with my family. I don't really want to know much. As a guide, it's very important to drag everyone's attention. So please look up some of the more details about the place you're going to introduce to the people. And so you can create more amazing facts for them. And as a Torgo Gorge, there is another way you can explain with them. Is actually tell them a story. A story is such an important idea of doing the guiding skill. And now I'm going to share a story with you. It's happening in Toroko Gorge, which is one of the most amazing places on this island. And that is during the year of 1930s. At that time, Japan ruled Taiwan, and in the Toroko Gorge is the tribe people living there. And because the Japanese really love our forests, so they want to build a road up to the higher mountain. And that comes the conflict. The tribe people and the Japanese people don't get along. And the Japanese people think, I'm now the ruler. You have to listen to me. So make up your way. I'm going to build a road across your tribe. I'm going to get those wood up there. And the tribe people say, no, this is my land. I have the responsibility to protect this land. I am not agreed having you to build this road right now. So the Japanese use the military to try to defeat the tribe people. And that is where the war began. There happened a small fight in different area, and they have a massive expedition from marching from the ground place to the high mountain. It's called the Toroko War. If you look it up, you will find a lot more detailed story about it. But this is also a guiding skill. To share a story with your client, make them bathe in that environment so they will have an understanding of what happened in the past and they are more willing to say, oh, I'm now here. I feel quite relaxed and happy. I can't imagine, like, maybe the Japanese soldier was standing here and then tribe people maybe are going to kill me over here. This is some of the method that you can use during your guiding skill to share a nice small story with your client. And also, this is a key to try to just create connection by putting this story together and make the people think, oh, I really like this place. I really learned something. And this is another guiding skills.